listening to African Diary Show with Cathy. Massive. All the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. Massive.
Kind of you never see before. Who sell me, got me feeling like me one a day. I never take my cake away. A day, you can't count my grace. I just did my lane. You know get it time, but the hate and the bad energy come my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli, steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what you want? Good in my fantasy. I want to check if my daddy go wrong. But it rush right when it be much. Now when they make my happy rush. The car money we touch. Yeah, it rush right when it be much. But behind everybody we crush. There's no door in the door. It rush right when it be much. Now when they make my happy rush. The car money we touch.
To the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. Massive. Thank you.
Yes, karibuni sana to another episode of the African Diary Show, and I hope you're doing great. I hope you're feeling well on this wonderful Friday afternoon on my end. I don't know what is the time on your end, but karibuni sana. I hope your Friday is full of vibes, positivity, and also greatness. Yes, today we're not on the website, unfortunately. I don't know to all those who are waiting for the Friday music. Today we're not on the website, so we shall be doing a little bit of a show, and I don't think we shall go back to the music anymore. But anyway, karibuni sana, and I hope you're enjoying your day so far. I hope your Friday is coming on a great or in a great way, and I hope you're looking forward to interacting with me on today's episode. And on today's episode, we shall be discussing about period poverty in Africa. We shall also go to Uganda and see the response of Ugandans after the World Bank, or rather the IMF, suspended. It was the the World Bank who suspended their activities with Uganda after now the anti-LGBTQ, or rather anti-gay bill. So we shall get to see that, and later on we shall see about something else of President Ruto of Kenya talking about now solution of Niger's problem, of which he said that we as African, we're not supposed to go into a war because of some things that we can or rather solve right here. But anyway, I don't think he had so much to say about that, and I don't think whatever he said made sense to me, because at the end of the day we are seeing he's siding with ECOWAS. So yes, this is what is happening. But I have a video of him talking and saying that now going into war is not the solution for African countries, or rather African people. And later on, we shall be seeing something else, or rather we shall get to the main focus of the day now. And karibuni sana, I see Demo man in the building, Isaac Wanjoki, I see you in the building, nakucheki tena sana, and I see already people joining me here on YouTube. Karibuni sana, get to enjoy our show for today, and kindly keep it interactive. Remember, we are also interactive on our WhatsApp. We have an active WhatsApp number, so in case you're looking forward to interact with us, you have a voice note you can share with us right here, and our WhatsApp number is 0705-428-388. 0705-428-388. I see Masitali in the building. Karibu sana Masitali. I hope Masitalia. Okay, Masitalia, I see you in the building. Karibu sana, and thank you for tapping that screen. Please make sure you're tapping the screen as we continue with our show for today. I'm going back to the music. I'll be back with our quote of the day, and I hope you get to enjoy this jam.
Baby, you should know that I'm your one. Like if you got me sure, then I would rather. So I tell my kid about quelly, they should know that you're mine. That you're mine, that you're mine. And I ain't never letting you go. Baby, you should know that you're my life. Like if you got me sure, then I'll be by your side. So I tell my kid about quelly, they should know you're my wife. That you're mine, that you're mine. And I ain't never letting you go. You baby, babe, you got me up in my mind. And I don't wanna say, but I would've died if you left me aside. So let it be the same, let it be me and you in this game. You baby, babe, you got me up in my mind. Nitakupenda wewe. In everywhere, where. I take your shit out, where. Nitakupenda wewe. Nitakupenda wewe. Everywhere. In every single way. I take your shit away. I take your shit away. Nitakupenda wewe. Baby, you should know that you make me.
My quote of the day says, fortune befriends the bold. Fortune befriends the bold. So in case you're there, you're afraid of trying, I keep on telling you, make sure you're trying. Trying doesn't hurt. And remember, laziness kills more dreams than failure.
Baby, you should know that you make me shine. In many little ways, you make me smile. Not if we can wish you back, don't talk one away. And for better and for worse, I will always be yours. You baby, you got me up in my mind. And I don't wanna say, but I would've died if you left me aside. So let it be the same, let it be me and you in this game. You baby, you got me up in my mind.
Yes, welcome back to the African Diary Show. I hope you did get to vibe onto that song. I hope you can hear me loud and clear right now. In case you're there, please let me know if I'm audible, and also if you can get me loud and clear. But as we get started, I promised you that today we shall be talking about different matters, and I think it is very good to start with the main focus of the day, because that is the major problem we have, or rather that is one of the biggest problems our women are encountering right here in Africa. And it is not that we have never talked about this. It is not that it is the first time we are discovering this is a problem. Of course, we have seen this quite some long time. We have started talking about it. We talked about this. I remember there was a time Joby shared an article where some girls have to do some nasty thing in order to get sanitary towels. But yes, it is about period poverty in Africa. We have seen so many girls crying right here, and actually it was last week I was seeing a video of some ladies right here in the 254 complaining about how sanitary towels are going high. The price of the sanitary towels is going high every day. And for a fact, this is very true. I remember myself, I went to the shop to get pads, and I was like, already at 80 bob, this is so much. We were getting this at 50 bob. Right now it is 80 bob. It was just crazy. I was just like, hey, why that much hike? Imagine a hike of 30 shillings. I was like, hey, this is not good at all. Imagine who are always struggling to get sanitary towels. Imagine now how they are struggling if the cost of sanitary towels is keeping on rising and rising every day. And this is what is causing period poverty right here in Africa. And it is just crazy. And for me to make sure this was happening in all African countries, I got a video from South Africa, I got a video from Madagascar, and also in Kenya. And it is affecting so many women right here in Africa. Period poverty, it is something that we as a women should not be experiencing, but now it is something that is common. Imagine, it is so sad to see that period poverty, it is something that is common. Like every girl must be experiencing this, or rather at some point they experience this. It is just sad. It is crazy that even women are forced to do some nasty stuff just to get one sanitary towel. I see Mike Rongo in the building. Karibu sana Mike Rongo. And to everybody who is there joining us, please make sure you're tapping the screen. And also, in case you're joining us for the first time, consider following the host. But as we continue, I'm talking about period poverty right here in Africa. And but the reason I decided to talk about this is because I saw an article right here. It was in the BBC. And remember, BBC, they get to tackle so many things and actually problems of Africans. And they expose this to the outer world. So the Muzungus must be somewhere laughing about this happening to African women. It is just sad. It is crazy to see now women are forced to do crazy stuff just to earn one sanitary towel. And it is very sad because this is not something that we ask for. It is something that we have to experience. But it has been made difficult to be a woman in this generation, in these African countries, and in this economy. But my article says, women on the minimum wage, and this article actually, it is based in Ghana. It was written, it is statistics are collected from Ghana. So I have a video in Madagascar, I have one in South Africa, and the article is from Ghana, and I'll be getting to share also one video from Kenya, so that we see this problem is not in only one country. This problem is being experienced somewhere else. It is being experienced in all African countries. So it is high time we as African people, we stand together, unite, and start fighting our common problems, because I've realized that all our problems are the same in Ghana, in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Cameroon, in Congo, in Nigeria, in every African country. We are facing the same problems. If it is men, they have the same problems. If it is women, they have the same problem. So we as African people, it is a higher time we get to rise up, we get to unite, and we get to fight our problems together, because we are experiencing the same problem. And it is not good to see that now we are experiencing this on the richest continent in the world. But I see Vicky Official in the building. Unasema good afternoon to you too, Vicky Official. Karibu sana Dante, I see you in the building. Karibu sana Dante. And to everybody who is there with us, please make sure you're tapping the screen. Dante, Wele, I see you in the building. Wale, Karibu sana. Skaima, I see you in the building. Amani Skema, Karibu sana. And to everybody who is just joining us, please make sure you're tapping the screen as we continue with our show for today. And to all those who are just joining and you're wondering, what is she talking about? What is she talking about, or rather, what is this all about? This is about period poverty. We're talking about period poverty in Africa, and we're getting to see what are the main causes of period poverty. And I've said period poverty is not being experienced in one African country. It is all over African countries. So please make sure you share your thoughts, and also please make sure you keep it interactive as we continue. So I was reading you this article from Ghana, and women on the minimum wage in Ghana have to spend $1 in every $7 they earn on sanitary pads. Research by BBC has found, like, I'm talking about the cost of sanitary towels. I think Ghana is of no difference from Kenya, because I feel like now $1 is what, at least, imagine at least $1. You must spend at least $1 when you're on your periods. And it is very sad, because not everybody is able to afford that. Not everybody is even able to get that $1. Shout out to Mike Rongo. Karibu sana, Mike. And so the BBC surveyed 9 countries around Africa to see how affordable period products are. We compared the minimum wage to the local cost of cheapest sanitary pads and found they were beyond the reach of many women. Imagine, these are our women, our daughters, our sisters, our mothers, our cousins, our aunties, our nieces. While Ghana was the country with the least affordable menstrual products of those surveyed, women across Africa are struggling with the period poverty, something activists are trying to change. Yes, we've seen so many people coming with this now campaign of fighting period poverty, but it has not been enough, because they are not even able to reach 30% of these children, or of these women with period poverty, experiencing the problem of lacking sanitary towels. But what can we do as Africans? As I continue with my notes, or rather with my now article, please make sure you are telling me, what can we do as Africans to curb this problem of period poverty? Because at the end of the day, we cannot sit here, keep on talking about period poverty, but we're not helping in any way. So we must come up with solutions of curbing period poverty in Africa, because our women are crying. I might be able to afford the sanitary towels. I might be even able to afford for 2 girls or 3 girls, but I might not be able to afford for everyone. So we need to come up together and find solutions to this problem, because we are seeing we don't have no government. We have no one with us. It is now upon Africans to help each other. This government has shown us that we don't care about you. This is why they are taking the cost of living very high and at a very high speed. But I say Joyce, a 22-year-old Ghanaian, cannot afford to buy what she needs when she's on her period. The only person available to help one says before he gives me the money. I have to do it because I need pads for the month, she tells the BBC. In 6 of the countries studied by BBC, women on the minimum wage have to spend 3 to 13% of their salary to buy 2 packets of sanitary towels containing 8 pads, what many women will need each month. As an assistant in a grocery store, Joyce lives with a family friend and survives on tips. Previously, she could afford to meet the cost of sanitary pads when it cost 4.8 Ghanaian cedis per pack. However, after the government increased taxes on sanitary products, a packet of pads now cost 20 cedis, pushing them out of her reach. And the price rises caused women to protest outside Ghanaian parliament in the June 2023. And nobody listened about this. You remember even in Kenya, we had this woman who went with a blood stain on her clothes just to demonstrate period poverty. But at the end of the day, what was passed, no bill was passed, and nobody cared about this girl. So it is just crazy. We have parliaments, we have even women representatives, but they are not able to help us. And this is how now you get to see these people are very greedy. Like a woman representative. What is the work of a woman representative right here in Africa, in that Senate government? I don't understand, because we have them there. What do they do for us as women? How many of you have you seen campaigning for this free sanitary towel? I can tell you less than 10, while we have more than 50 women representatives. It is just crazy with whatever happens in Africa, because this is happening worldwide. Sorry, in Africa, continental. It is something that is very continental. Yes, in Ghana, I was reading an article from Ghana, and as we continue, and before I get back to the article, let me just share this video real quick. This is a video of Madagascar women going through the same problem I'm talking about, so that you can see it is not happening only in Kenya, it is not happening only in Ghana, it is happening everywhere in Africa. And it is high time we come together and now talk about this and stop the problem, because we cannot keep on complaining about the same thing, but we're not doing anything. Let me put this one. Let me share this one in case you're there on TikTok. You want to see my video? Kindly come here on YouTube, a Black Hot Fire Network Live.
Hello, I'm Annette Young, and welcome to the 51% show about.
As a mother of 3, her village has
Millions of women across the global south access to.
And you know the saddest part is that now the whites are the ones coming out to give out our problems, coming out to tell us about our problems, coming out to give us stories about our problems. They are very happy with seeing that women in Africa are encountering this, because why are they only the ones covering these problems? When they start, they are the only ones coming up, the first ones, not the only ones, the first ones coming up with the articles of African women going through shit just to get something in
A report on how the battle for menstrual hygiene has serious consequences for both women's education and health.
Shout out to Mike Rongo. He is saying a bill should be introduced in Parliament to tax exempt sanitary towels. I believe so, Mike Rongo, because at the end of the day, women are suffering because of this high taxation. Why are you taxing sanitary products and you're not even taxing? You don't tax this. We have condoms being offered for free, but when it comes to sanitary towels, nobody is giving you those. Nobody is giving you those. But I see Smileway official in the building. You're saying, hey, I'm watching from Canada. Karibu sana, Smiley. Please make sure you're tapping the screen, and gifting is highly encouraged as well.
Today, Tuvungaz has her period. She lets us film her morning routine. The water she uses, we can't help noticing, is brown. In this arid region of southern Madagascar, it only rains about twice a year. So even this dirty water is a lifeline for Tuvungaz, a mother of 3. Her village has no public water infrastructure, so local people built the reservoir to collect rainwater themselves. Before that, Tuvungaz used to have to walk for 3 hours to find water in a neighboring village.
ndray zahay ndaty mahampela anay zany tsy rangan-drano e. Ndaty mahampela anay tsy rangan-drano satria tsisy rano. Amizao amizay tiana ay aza koa tsy voahin'ny rano asy foa raiky e. Fa tsisy tianako na ay ahandro. Zay zany raha misy.
Tuvunga's heads out to tend to her crops as she does every day. She works slowly and in pain.
Tonga zany ty fotoako ty asako anteteka agny lefa miasa raho manao toko asa ho trotratrora ty fiaignako avao.
Okay, my internet is really bad as we wait for it to load. That is what I'm talking about. She's talking about
On top of the pain, Tuvungaz isolates herself out of shame at being dirty. According to WaterAid, an NGO, lack of sanitation brings suffering and humiliation to millions of women around the world every day. Sitaka is a scout and very active. She runs an awareness program. Today, with two friends, she's talking about menstruation with passers-by, with varying degrees of success. Menstruation is still a taboo topic in Madagascar. Even the Malagasy word for it literally translates as the taboo time in the month. But Sitaka is used to it. The Scouts have been doing this menstrual hygiene awareness days for 10 years. She perseveres.
Ohatra ka manantona anao io zanako fa avy io manontany hoe aiza mba hividy salaka lamba ary dada ampiasaiko.
Mena sa ahoana moa tsy no tsy zany hoe tsy vidy de vidiky ty dano izy tsindray taliary efa misy de vidy.
Two fathers from different generations. Back in the south, we meet Tuvungaz's husband at lunchtime.
Fomba ty tandroy zany etoa. Nionjo mahandro yang pelay mandamanda avao ilahilahy. Galaw aloha raha sala. Galaw tayo.
Napetra manahary mpanjaka ty lehilahy. Raha nahandrotsahany igny koa reky, sy mitsagna agnaty handrotsahany faniteka.
Asa. Asi.
In this household, menstruation is considered dirty. That is the narrative. It is considered dirty. It is considered disgusting. You're not supposed to talk about it. And we are suffering. How are you not supposed to talk about something that is making you suffer?
Manjary lasagny piva zany le raha satria io moa fanafody moa raha zavatra miankina amin'ny devoly zany araka ty fahalalantsika. Devoly zay zany tsy tea ndaty maloto.
Among the Antandroy people, male and female roles are very clearly defined.
Na manankarena tahaka nino ty ampela manana he tahaka nino le tozoro kainday ambany reky na ity anaty raha eo afaky mikomandy azy. De hoe tsy mety atao zao nene midigna tiky atao. Lalàna zany tsy maintsy ambany ndrailay avao ty ampela nahoaiza nahoaiza.
In short, what he's saying is that men are not even supposed to talk about that. And before we continue, let me share the other video because I feel like now we want to get through all those videos. So let me share the other video. I'll not get to the end of that one and see what is happening also in South Africa as we continue about talking about period poverty in Africa. And please make sure you let me know what you feel about this thing affecting African women.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for allowing me to steal into some of your time today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Letabo, and thank you so much for joining me. So before I get into this video, guys, I want to thank all my friends and family and like everyone who sent me messages throughout the week to this and people loving the channel already, even though they first video. That is how nervous I was. But you guys let's get into today's business, right? So today I want us to talk about something that is very close to my heart, something that I really do think that deserves urgent attention from every single one of us, and also all organizations and all governments around Africa. Well, of course, all of you already know what we're talking about just because you read the caption. And yeah, we're talking period poverty in Africa today. And for any of you who have never heard of those two words before and you do not know what it means, don't worry, because I got you. Well, Google got us, I guess. So let's get right into it. Period poverty is a global issue affecting women who do not have access to safe and hygienic menstrual products. Of course, you would agree with me that we can't talk about the inaccessibility of sanitary towels without having to actually talk about the prices of these products itself.
Exactly, the prices of this product itself, and that is what affecting. It is affecting so many women right here in Africa, and that is what now we're calling poverty, because with the money I am able to afford this, but now without money I am not able to afford a pads. I'm not able to afford maybe panty liners, all that you need during your periods, or rather during your menses. So it is becoming a bigger problem for African women, to a point that they are forced to do nasty things just to get one sanitary towel. And this is what we're talking about, period poverty. But I asked you a question. As we continue with our show for today, kindly do let me know, what can we do to end this period poverty right here in Africa? We have seen even non-governmental organizations coming up with groupings and starting to give out free sanitary towels, but those are not enough. They are not getting to the people who are affected. They are just getting to the less, or rather to the fortunate ones who will be lucky to have them, or rather lucky to receive those pads. But remember, there are other girls maybe in the interiors, in those remote areas, who are not able to get the sanitary towels. So how can we curb this problem of period poverty right here in Africa? Because it is evident, it is there. I read you an article from Ghana. I showed you a video from Madagascar. This one is from South Africa, and we still have one more from Kenya, so that we can prove that this is happening in all African countries, but we have no solution for this. What can we do as African people to get rid of period poverty in Africa?
According to research published by Information Nigeria, many girls in the country cannot afford sanitary towels, and so they have resorted to using newspapers, toilet papers, and clothing rags because of the constant escalation of these prices. Well, I do know that at this point of the video, there is a lot of guys who are thinking, maybe this video is not for me, but please just hang out with me a little bit. You never know, I might just change your mind, because I think that the inaccessibility of sanitary towels is not the only factor to period poverty. Also, the lack of education in our society and in our schools, which is an important factor. Also, the stigma that actually goes with the word menstruation is another problem that we have. According to reports, at least 1 in 10 girls in Africa misses school every month for the period of their menstruation because of lack of sanitary products and also safe and private toilets in their schools. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think the lack of safe and private toilets in schools is a girl problem. I actually think that it is a boy problem too. In fact, it is a problem for us as a society. And when education is concerned, and I really do hope that this video is going to provoke conversations among us as friends, families, colleagues, and also in our schools, because we do know that in Africa, the conversation of menstruation remains...
Karibu sana Mary.
taboo. Meanwhile, there's so many girls in our villages, in our townships, who still walk in shame because they do not have the means to get sanitary towels, and they cannot talk to anyone because no one openly talks about this stigma.
Exactly. Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants to say, you know, I went through this just to get this sanitary towel. So women are going through some crazy stuff, and they're not talking about this because one, it is considered disgusting to talk about your periods with the people. And I don't find it disgusting. I just wonder who brought these archaic traditions and archaic thoughts, because they don't make sense to me. It is a problem affecting so many African women just because they cannot talk it out. Remember, I told you there was this article that was shared with you some time back, and it was about so many crazy things that women go through just to get sanitary products. And it is very sad that we're still experiencing this problem in Kenya, in Nigeria, in Uganda, in Ghana, in every African country, but we have not found a solution to it. I told you we have so many NGOs who are coming up with these programs of giving out free pads to young girls, or rather to girls. But at the end of the day, they have not curbed the problem, because they will not be able to donate sanitary towel every month to the same girls. So that is not curbing the problem. And remember, also during this time is where the Europeans take advantage of this, and now they come donate you pads, of which we don't know what they are even put inside those sanitary towels. So it is also dangerous to have these sanitary towels from donation. Shout out to Sean MMG na kucheki tena sana. You're saying wagwang mambo vipi. But I see Mike Rongo is saying in Africa, sanitary towels are taken as a business instead of being taken as a human right. Very true. This is what happens in Africa, and it is affecting so many of us just because now there's somebody who have decided, I'm going to benefit on this business because every woman uses sanitary towels, and just because every woman requires this every month of the year, so I have to make it my business. I have to benefit from it. I have to gain money from it. And this is how now this period poverty has continued in Africa. I don't know you people, but have you seen the rise in the cost of sanitary towels? I'm even scared of where it is this much to get a pack of sanitary towels. Kitambo, it was very cheap. Right now, one pack of sanitary towel with 8 pieces is very hard. It is very expensive, to a point that you even there are others which are very expensive. If you are getting it for $1, right now it is about $15, and it is just crazy. You're like, what will we do as a women, because we need these things. But I think we can come up with ones that are washable, but that is not even hygienic, because at the end of the day, imagine carrying a dirty sanitary towel all the way from maybe work to your home just to go and clean it. So I feel like it is not hygienic at all. So we as African people, I said, it is high time we get to unite and see this problem is not affecting only Kenyans. It is not affecting only Tanzanian women, only Ghanaian women. It is affecting so many of African women. And we can come up with a solution to this problem, because the government is taking advantage of this. They are taxing higher. And while the first thing that never makes sense in African countries, condoms are very free. They are even put in toilets, washrooms, latrines, everywhere in a public institution, but you'll never find a sanitary towel in any of those hospitals. You'll never be given for free, even in hospitals, even in prisons. Imagine, even in prisons, you have to buy sanitary towels. Imagine, and if they give you, they're giving you they are abusing you. It's like you did wrong to have your menses. It was a mistake for your menses to come, So it is just crazy. It has been a very, very tough situation for African women to get these sanitary towels. But how can we end period poverty as African people? Thank you, Mike Rongo, for the roses. Thank you very much. And I'm asking, what is the solution to this problem? Because the problem is there. The solution is not there. Remember, this is affecting all African women on the globe. Yes, all African women. Because you are afraid to talk about this. For example, if you're a girl, maybe you were left young with your dad, you're even afraid of approaching your dad and telling them, Dad, I'm getting, or rather, it is time for my menses. You're afraid even to tell them you are experiencing adolescence. It is just crazy. And even the society, stigmatization that comes with the society, they'll tell you crazy things. They'll tell you, it is very disgusting for you to go out there even on your periods. I'm like, have you seen even the Muslims believe that you're not supposed to go to the mosque when you're experiencing your menses, when you're on your menses? I'm like, now who brought up these weird cultures? Because those are not African cultures. Who brought up these weird beliefs that if I'm on my menses, I'm not even supposed to go out where there are men gathered? It is just crazy. We need to stop that. We need to stop the stigmatization. We need to stop the crazy beliefs because they are crazy. We need to work together as African women, because we as women, men might not understand what we are talking about. Men will not even experience what we experience day to day on daily to daily basis. So it is we as African women, we come together, we fight our problems together, because it is us. Men will not understand this. They might, but the higher number will not understand this because they don't experience all these things. But they might be experiencing other problems, but period of poverty, they don't see this. But now, even to these men, we need to give them education. We need to educate them about periods, because at the end of the day, they need to know. Yes, women during their menses, they are supposed to be treated like this. There is a pain, so you're supposed to take care of them. They're supposed to be taking this, But now we need to offer this period education to men as well. They need to know these things, because you'll see men, very grown men, are shaming girls because they have stained. And I'm like, now, who taught you this? Who brought you up? Because whomever brought you up is the problem. Because you're not supposed to shame somebody because they have mess on their clothes. You're supposed to call them very well and politely and tell them, because at the end of the day, it is not that they wanted to do that. It is not that they really wanted to stain their clothes. But I see Honorable Fred is saying women can't teach men to be men. Okay, I don't get you. That was that caught me off guard. But anyway, yes, we cannot teach men to be men. We've never been men at the end of the day. But anyway, what I'm talking about is a period poverty, Fred. Yes, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the stigmatization that comes with a period poverty. The beliefs that comes with a period of poverty in Africa, and the problems that women have experienced because of a period poverty in Africa. But I'm asking, what are the solutions? Some of the solutions that you think can be brought up to curb this problem of period poverty in Africa. I see Honorable Fred, you're saying, can you host me on the live or where? Kindly let me know. But yes, I was talking about period poverty, and I was saying that yes, we as African women, we are the only ones who understand what is happening. So we need to come up together as African women and fight the problem together. Yes, we need to do that, because I told you, men don't understand this. They won't understand this because they don't go through the same problem. But I see Fred, you're saying we have interview at the studio. Okay, kindly DM us at Blackout Fire Network on Instagram. Please make sure you do that. Instagram, Blackout Fire Network. But away from that, I hope you woke. I hope those who didn't know about the period poverty are aware of it right now. And yes, that was it about the period poverty. But moving on to other different matters, I told you I'll be sharing a response of Museveni to the to the World Bank after they suspended their activities just because Uganda put into law the anti-gay bill. Let's get to see this as we continue with our show for today. Keep it interactive and let me know how you're feeling today.
President Yoweri Museveni signed the anti-homosexuality law in May. In a statement issued recently, the World Bank stated that the law fundamentally contradicts the values of the World Bank Group. The statement highlighted the organization's vision, which is inclusive of everyone regardless of race, gender, or sexuality. The World Bank also announced that it will not propose any new public financing to Uganda to its board of executive directors during a review of the effectiveness of the new measures introduced in light of the new legislation. This statement has sparked controversy among many Africans. For instance, the World Bank has maintained a robust partnership with Saudi Arabia for over 5 decades. The Saudi Arabian government and the entities at the World Bank have collaborated on numerous development programs. It is widely recognized that Saudi Arabia possesses one of the most brutal anti-homosexuality laws, surpassing even Uganda's new legislation in severity. Homosexuality is considered illegal in Saudi Arabia, and those found guilty can face the death penalty, imprisonment, and flogging under Sharia law. Given the World Bank's apparent emphasis on homosexual rights, many individuals on the continent are perplexed by the enduring partnership between the World Bank and Saudi Arabia as of 2023. This is particularly relevant when considering the numerous Middle Eastern countries that exhibit zero tolerance for homosexuals, often resorting to the execution of individuals based on their sexual orientation. Similarly, several states in the U.S. have enacted laws that either oppose or constrain homosexual activities. Consequently, many commentators in Africa are questioning why Uganda is being singled out. The prevailing sentiment on the continent is that this obviously smells of racism and neocolonialism, wherein African countries are expected to seek approval from Western imperialists, colloquially referred to as slave masters, before making independent decisions. The World Bank's alignment with the U.S. in imposing sanctions on Uganda due to the anti-homosexuality law further reinforces this perception. Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, that is the response of Uganda. And actually, Museveni just laughed and he was like, what is this? What are this? And what are we supposed to do with this nonsense? So the World Bank has suspended its operation. They say that they are not going to lend any money to Uganda just because they refused to get the gayism, or rather the homosexuality bill, into the parliament and put it into law, but they instead put the anti-LGBTQ bill into law, of which I feel like this is something good, because at the end of the day we're seeing now Africans standing with their cultures and saying that, oh no, we're not going to buy your culture, your weird culture, we're going to believe in our culture and stand with our culture. Honorable Fred, unasema unaweza changia. Yes, karibu sana. Please make sure you can just join in case you want to join. But what I'm talking about is that now Uganda is facing a lot just because they said no to homosexuality. But I'm happy because Museveni, at the end of the day, he has done something that is right for Uganda, and we can applaud him for that. But I think it is just something that maybe he doesn't like a lot, because I told him Museveni is a puppet. We all know he's a puppet. And at the end of the day, maybe he just doesn't accept homosexuality. Karibu sana, Honorable Fred. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I want to make a few comments about that bill upon sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has been so long about this debate about homosexuality, and we need to act as a whole African.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are African. We
Yeah.
have headings. We have a social heading which is power in society,
Mm-hmm.
and which we cannot keep them out of our community. I don't understand how you will come and tell me by marrying another man, I'll keep my continuity of my community because a man cannot procreate.
That is their goal. That is their goal. It is to control the population. That is why they want to introduce this so bad on Africans.
Another thing about this,
Uh-huh.
I just want to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
do you think, Jay, those people who are more, they are pushing that agenda? When you, let's just say, for example, come and ask that man or that lady, if your mother was married to another lady,
Mm-hmm.
or your dad was married to another dad, will you be here claiming for this thing?
Of course, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, another thing, when it comes to our culture,
Mm-hmm.
can you really stay when another man is using washrooms for ladies with your small girl because that man pretends to be a woman? Will you be safe?
No, you're not safe.
Let's think. Okay, another thing. I just want them to make me understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, those guys have certain, I can say, Europeans, we believe they are wise, but they are turning out. I'm sorry to use this word to be idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not afraid of saying that, even if our address in language, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not addressing them with Swahili. I just want to make things very clear to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you told me ladies is not allowed. It's against God. I accepted it. You told me by worshipping in shrine is not a good thing. Tukakubali. Ukaniambia kufunzwa na babu yangu kulisha na kufanya hizo vitu vya kulima is not a good. Nikakubali.
Mm-hmm.
Then kumbe imefika mahali imechoka bwana. Hauwezi kuja uniambie by marrying another woman, marrying another man will change anything. Actually, wanaume hawezi kaa pamoja. Because I personally, can you make me understand how will I be sitting down, killing my dreams to pretend that I'm a woman who I am not, to wash utensils?
To do wifely duties.
And okay, hata nipake lipstick, nipake makeup gani, nisongwe haja.
Mm-hmm.
Will it change my gender?
No, it won't.
Like I can say, if you're this kid, LGBTQ,
Mm-hmm.
it's stupid. Because you cannot do that when you are on your senses. Because one thing, you cannot tell me today, finding out my boy is coming to me. Oh, Dad, you know what? I found in love.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, okay, that's for you, my son. Okay, I just want to marry Eric.
That's madness. But what would you do if you found your son that now he's a gay, or he's joined that community?
I will tell you, I will be on the media because first I will go to the court to sue him for his own name. I will sue you and tell you from today I'm not like that. From today, henceforth, I want even want my name to appear as your surname.
Okay.
Because we need to be serious. Because can you let me ask you this and be honest with you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you know the bride price of a lady.
Mm-hmm.
In Africa,
Mm-hmm.
what's the bride price of a man? Can you tell me?
Is there a bride price of a man?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
Hakuna. So hakuna pia mtoto wako hivyo hivyo. Kama kijiko, kama chumvi. Do you think that the investment you have made for your kid is worthy kumpeana tu aende?
Hapana.
Okay, show me the Bible which they brought out. They are claiming that is allowed in the Bible. Wapi inakubaliwa like kiapo tu yote imetengenezwa ya mwanaume kwa mwanaume na mwanamke kwa mwanamke.
I don't think there is, but also they come up with the verses to support that, because you remember they also wrote the Bible. The Bible was written by them because they created a religion as well. So huwezi sema there's this line that support this, but what I force is support here. But I see Odele karibu sana, you're saying hello to you too. Mighty Carl karibu sana, you're saying what's up, I love the new look. Thank you very much, Mighty Carl. And Fred, please continue.
Okay, so they will come up with some things, we know them. They will just try to forge it to be right. You know, sometimes let's be realistic. Even those guys who are pushing this agenda, they don't have any background information to give them some facts. Because, okay, we cannot deny this marriage between ladies in African culture has been there. But it was a marriage between a lady who cannot give birth to kids to a lady who was given birth to kids. And maybe her husband died, maybe they divorced with the husband, and she comes and born with these women, not to have some physical intercourse, like sexual intercourse, just to give the opportunity of this lady who cannot give birth to kids. That was like just a normal adoption. Right? So you cannot use that background. Okay, let me ask you. This guy is pretending here around. Tumekuwa tukiona wakipili wamekuwa kimisbehave. Wakisema okay, like they feel like ati mimi nilikuwa nikiwa na mwanamke. Stop lying to us. You're just a lost element, confused element.
Very true.
Yeah, because you think God can create the whole earth and just to do a mistake with you?
No.
So unataka kutuambia tangu Mungu aanze kuumba hormones zianze kuwa produced, wewe ndio ulikosea. Mungu alikosea na wewe.
Zako zilitumwa zikiwa za wanawake.
Mbona kama hivyo tujaona mtu ameenda kwa biometrics anasema mimi fingerprints zangu zinafanana na mtu mwingine, zimekataa kuchukuliwa in ID.
Inakuanga ni ujinga ya kujiekelea. Some of these things is just madness, because you cannot tell me that I was born homosexual, I was born bisexual. No. That is something that is unacceptable, because it is a lie. But I see Min Boy Child in the building, karibu sana. I see Mighty Carl in the building, and to everybody who is there with us, kindly make sure you're tapping the screen. Hannah, Fred, we are almost coming to the end of our show for today, so I'd love you to give the final remarks as we just continue with our show for today, or rather as we get to wrap up with our show for today. I see Hasnalea. Oh, your name is very difficult. You're saying hi host, hi to you too. I hope you're doing great. I see unasema this topic sounds interesting. Yeah, it is very interesting, but you came in very late, so I guess I shall join us later maybe, but you can go and watch a replay of this on YouTube at Blackout Fan Network Live. And I see you saying Ethiopian name. I'm not Ethiopian. Yes, I'm African, but I see Min Boy Child. You're saying thank you, darling. You're welcome. Honorable Fred, if you have any closing remarks, please make sure you give it to us before you leave, because we are about to leave.
Okay, let me end this very haraka. Okay, these are the which is me. I just want to you to answer me.
Okay.
Then I make my remarks on that.
Okay.
Okay. Beginning, they are getting in love with small kids. They just want to be allowed to sleep around the under kids because they are falling in love with them.
Ati wanajiita pedophiles.
Yeah. You tell me, you are comfortable giving your sister, your daughter to this man because he are a that you want to tell me, come on, gazing, lesbianism, you will just come and clone this group.
Yeah, and it is very sad that this is happening, and it has been happening. It is just that now it has not been brought into the limelight. Ni very sad kuona kuna wanaume, they are doing this. Not only men, there are also even women who are still considering themselves as pedophile, and pedophilia is something that if we don't mind what is happening, it will be accepted real soon, and they'll start saying that now this is a human right. We are fighting for human rights. Kama venye wanasema LGBTQ ni human rights, and it is just crazy. Well, now imagine if you find somebody, a man who is 60 years old or rather 30, or on top of your young daughter who might be 2 years old. Can you imagine how disgusting that is? But I keep on saying I'd kill someone that day. But anyway, Fred.
So I will tell you, if we are Africans, let's start with our whole feet and say we have our moral values. So we are not coming here to be like you. Being civilized doesn't mean you have to behave like a European. Wacheni, kaeni huko na vitu zenu, kaeni huko kama tunaweza fanya biashara na nyinyi tukiwa hivi. Wacha tufanye. Na watu wanaingia hizo, wacheni ujinga. Right now, wacha tuwaambie ukweli, mmekuwa mkiclaim mimi pelekeni mahali, lakini tuwaambia wacheni ujinga, nyinyi watu wa Kiafrika tu behave kama Africa.
True. Yes.
Pili mtakuja mtuambie mwanze kuoa watoto wenu. That is what is coming up. Wacha upumbavu. Let us stick to our behavior as African.
Mshaambiwa mwache upumbavu.
Wacha kuanza kama huna akili. Then I'll book with you some interview. I just want to have some interview with you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll DM you on the Instagram.
Yes, a Blackout Fire Network.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. But I see Hasna anasema hizi tabia ni za towns ama ushago pia iko. It is everywhere. Hizi vitu ziko kila mahali Hasna. Watu wanafanya hizi vitu bila kuogopa. But I see Mightycal is saying, shida hukuwa hao wase hudhani they are special. Si wafanye tu biashara yao bila kuget into people's business. Very true. Yes, the Europeans should just do their business and leave Africans out of their business, because why are they forcing the weird culture on African people? But family, thank you, Bobo. Karibu sana. Shamir Junior, karibu sana, and to everybody who has been there with us on the radio station, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. Asanteni sana for your love and also for your time. I hope to see you later on the Rhythm Scoop Show, and get to enjoy the rest part of your day. Kwaherini, that has been the African Diary Show. I hope you did get to enjoy.
I take it just she down where itakupenda wewe